Hey y'all, Quabila Jones here, host of the Q Spot podcast. Make sure to be intentional with your words, your thoughts, and your actions. And please subscribe, like, follow, share, and hit the notification bell. With special guest Armond Henry. Hey y'all, QB here. Hope everyone is having a great day, great evening, wherever you are. You're tuned in to another episode of the Q Spot Podcast video series. I have a very, very special guest with me today, Mr. Armond Henry. Look, when y'all hear his voice, okay, y'all gonna fall in love. He goes by Mr. Radio. How are you doing, Mr. Armand?
I am well, dear. How are you?
I am excellent. I want to thank you for joining me
Sure.
for this interview. I just couldn't let the year go by without sharing your wonderful talent and gifts with the rest of the world. And hopefully, we can get you some gigs, but, and I can get a little finder's fee or something.
That'll feed, Q got to get her little finder's fee in, y'all. So, y'all know how that works. That's fine, though. That's fine. Finder's fee. We'll do business. We'll do business. I got no
All right.
problem with that. We'll do business.
All
That's
right. So
fine.
today's topic is basically we're just sounding off. Mr. Armand does voiceover. He does some music production. He does a variety of things. That falls under the umbrella, I guess, of audio engineering. But I'm going to let him
Yeah.
tell you a lot more about what he does and some projects he's worked on and what's next. And we're just going to have a really casual, comfortable conversation. So, but first, tell us where you are. What previous life has been like. How did you get here?
Well, I don't know if here is where we need to be right now. I'm still trying to get there, but we're progressing slowly. Um, Basically, I've always had a love of music. I've been dealing with it, independent studios, and I've been going in basically just as an engineer, not necessarily as a beat maker. I go in, and if we need to get this wired right, all right, let's get this right. Let's make sure that the room is good. Let's go through the whole process and get everything right. So I'm on the way that it's going to come out post,
Okay.
not necessarily pre, not necessarily the creative process. I can lay a beat down if you need to. I can play horns on it. I can do whatever you need on it. But to really get into the studios, a lot of people are missing that part of it. How do you hook everything up? How do you make everything seem cohesive and ready for you to use to get a quality project out of it?
Okay.
So that's where I am with it. But now with COVID, we're not going to speak any further on that. But with the pandemic or whatever the situation is, it gave me enough time to actually amass the few things I needed to really kick off and start doing what I want to do. And the
Okay.
main thing I want to spread is creativity. And I apologize for my phone going off right here. I specifically shut this thing off, and now we get this. Ah, fun, fun, fun in the sun. But
Look,
it,
welcome to the real
it
world. It's all
hey,
good.
it happens. But the main thing is, I want everybody to start loving creativity, start creating. And one thing that you chime on your podcast every time is, um, what is it? Be intentional,
Be
I think.
intentional. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm trying to definitely be intentional with going with something forward, and trying to make something, sound good, that's available to everybody, and everybody can do this. Some people have radio voices and don't even realize it. I just want you to realize your own potential, and let's everybody get out here together. Let's get something done.
Alrighty. So I know when we first met, you were working on some musical scores for some projects. So, I know you say you like to do the behind the scenes technical stuff that
Right.
makes the post sound wonderful. But how
Mhm.
did you get into or merge into, okay, now I'm creating music for productions, for movies, or for other projects?
That actually got started dealing with some community service work I was doing in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I was a major of liberal arts in that area. So, but they constituted everything because they didn't really have one true area for you to focus on. So you got the TV editing, radio announcing. You got everything from argumentation and debate to theater makeup, lighting, directing, the whole nine yards. So I've been in that genre since school. And then I was doing projects for PSAs for people who were running for mayor, stuff like that. And then that's how it just started branching off. And I came to Louisiana doing the same thing. So I've been helping some people doing commercials for small businesses. You know, I'm not really worried about the fame as it was, but if we can get your product out there, hey, I create the spot for you. You just take it to the radio station. It's already ready to go. All they have to do is just click, boom, and then it's good to go. Less money that the small business has to pay, and it helps get a quality production out there for them. So
That's
it's just about
amazing.
looking out for everybody, not just, the big wig, Cardi B's and all that stuff. Shout out to them. But, you know, we got to really make some money, and we really got to help the community right now because things is crazy.
And, there's so many, and I don't want to call them small. I'm gonna call them startup content
Mhm,
creators,
mhm.
and they need to hear your message that you can start anywhere you are. Like I consider myself, no, I'm not gonna limit myself. However, I'm still in the startup phase, of where I can be, and so I'm not putting any limitations on what's possible for me. I may not have the best voice. I can definitely sing, definitely cannot sing, but I can talk. I know how to ask questions. So I'm going to
Absolutely.
take that and run with it.
I wouldn't necessarily call you a newbie, but I mean, you are getting started just like everybody else, but you've already committed to the game. You've been in it for what, maybe a year and a half, 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken.
A year and a half.
Yes, yeah, I've been checking you out. I see what you're doing. I see you. You doing good, and that's just it. Everybody's starting a podcast, but you've really started to branch out and really make your brand more known, and I'm proud of you for that. And not only to me but to you as well. And as far as content creating, I don't I haven't really just jumped out there into the content creating pool yet. I'm building a library right now, and then
Okay.
once I get enough of a library, then I'm gonna start. Boom! I have a few things that are on SoundCloud right now that I put out, and these are commercials that I was doing for clubs.
Okay.
They have a ladies' night, you have a birthday party, you have a family reunion, and then you just get in the microphone, do what you do, say what you need to say, and make it sound.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I also, well, I keep saying I volunteer for a local radio station. I do a morning show.
I,
And,
I I remember that in earlier discussions. Yes, yes,
and
yes. I
so
do remember that.
the station manager is always looking for, voiceover tracks, news, whether, you're listening to whatever the radio station name is or the next song up is. So your voice is valuable. So I want everyone listening to this to know your voice is valuable. And if you feel like you have something,
Well,
don't be
thanks.
afraid to step out
Yeah,
there and
yeah, yeah,
record.
yeah. Well, see, now this is the other thing too. Life will get in the way. So you have to make accommodations for life too. So, my sole purpose has been towards my kids, basically, since I'm the only person at home raising the kids right now. But got one graduated, gone. Yay.
Yay.
So we got that out of the way. Now I can actually devote more time towards it. And like I said, I've been in the background so long. I'm looking at movies like a project that we're trying to get ready to do right now. We're looking for funding for this particular film that we're getting ready to put together. And as soon as we get this, we're waiting on one more little bit of information to come through. And then once that comes through, yeah, it's really time to get creating and scoring and then really getting some stuff going on in the actual lane that I want to go in. And then, so it's been a hard focus on the goal
Okay.
because this is what I'm meant to do. I mean, I love podcasting. I love every other aspect of the creative process. It's great. I love to see YouTubers out here doing this stuff. I mean, you can shoot everything if you get the right iPhone camera and an iPod. It's ridiculous. I love the technology. I love the way they got everything set up. I just want to see more of it, and I want to see more of it in our area. You know where we're from. You
Yeah.
you know where we're from.
We're
So
from the Delta.
for sure, for sure. For
So,
sure.
and I'm glad you brought that up.
For
That's
sure.
a segue into a question or a topic I was going to get into. So,
Go
both
ahead
of
with
us
it.
are from rural parts of Arkansas. And so, n- not a lot is expected sometimes from people
Yes,
who come from that area. And sometimes, if you get too deep in that mindset or you allow those seeds to take roots in you, you don't expect much from yourself.
yeah.
However, you chose to rise above the muck
Hmm.
and do something different and successful and prosperous and productive with your life. So, talk about how, you know, if you had any struggles or challenges that could have pulled you in a different direction as a young man.
There's always pulls and struggles that you could do it, but the main thing is to, once you get a vision locked in your head, don't give up on it. That's the biggest thing. If you give up on what you're thinking about in your head, that's where you fall to the wayside. And I kept myself in that environment. I figured if this is what I want to do, I have to surround myself with people who do this.
Okay.
That's the main thing. That's another thing too. I mean, you can go out there, yeah, that you got the clubs, you got the cars, you got the women, dope, this, that, and the other, pimping, yada yada yada. It's all out there. But if you just stay focused on what you want to do, everything else will just fall in the pocket. And just make sure that that's you're passionate about. That's what your choice. If you're passionate about what you want to do, everything else is just going to fall to the wayside. You're not going to have any problems. You'll want to do this for the rest of your life.
Yes.
And growing up, it's Mariana, man. I mean, small country town. I've seen both sides of Mariana. I've seen a lot of successful people come from my area, like yourself, and I've seen it fall to the other
The other
side.
side.
But it's just about staying focused, and it's not just Mariana, it's Helena, it's Forest City, it's all over the South. I mean, I'm here in Louisiana, a little bit outside of Lafayette, Louisiana to be exact, and you have problems here. My kids go to school here. I raise my kids here, and I see the exact same problem. So you just have to stay focused on the goal, and then just try to make sure that if you're single, do what you need to do right now. Stay focused on it. Don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. Hey, I'm being for real about it, because once you get a family, it ain't about
Ooh,
you no more.
that's right.
It's not about you no more. That's the reason why I'm over here doing the stuff that the younger generation is doing. But yeah, I'm a silver fox, but I ain't as old as you think. But
All
it,
right.
it, it's just
Um,
it's just the whole thing about it though. Stay focused on your dream. That's
you
that's
know,
that's the only thing I can say.
and I'm glad you mentioned that. Like when I was married,
Hmm.
um, I lost focus on me and what I wanted. I thought, okay, I wanted this particular degree in college. I thought I wanted to do XYZ type job, not knowing life has something different. And I'm not going to speak ill of my ex. However, that was a moment in time I had to go through.
Hmm.
And here I am now on the other side of that. And it's like I've had this revelation of, Camila, you wasted a lot of years. But now that I've been gifted the opportunity to use my gifts and talents in a different way, like you said, I'm
Right.
staying focused. I'm not losing my drive. And I'm
Right.
putting myself in places and around people who are
Uh huh.
doing similar things who can
Right.
educate me. We have to remain teachable too. Like we talk about our age,
Absolutely.
we're a little over a certain age. However, we are still teachable. you know,
Don't tell nobody about all that. Don't tell nobody all that. They don't need to hear
I
all that.
never
Just
tell.
all right. I'm just checking. Just don't. Shh.
But you may master a few things, but you'll never be the master of all things. So
No, no,
remain
no,
teachable
no.
and remain humble. That's my
Yeah,
advice to people.
I definitely agree with that, and I love the I love your broadcast. I love the fact that we can have open discussion and open dialogue about this. And then you mentioned something about marriage, and then how it takes away from the actual you, because some people in the South, it's still trained to the point to where you dedicate yourself to your husband. But what about you? I mean, You have your own individual dreams. You're a person just like everybody else. So I mean, you have your own individual dreams and things that you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's a thing about trying to understand how to be more supportive towards each other instead of tearing each other down all the time. It's systemic programming that has been programmed since back in the day, and of course, it's more prevalent in the hood. You shouldn't have to go through that. You know, a woman shouldn't have to go through that. A man shouldn't have to go through that. Just like you have toxic men, you have toxic women.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
They're out there. Whether you want to believe it or not, they might try to shy it off and make you think it's not them, but it's them. So it's you just got to be more supportive towards everybody. Everybody support everybody's dream. We all win.
Yes. Yes, and there's enough room for everyone to grow and prosper. There's enough room and there's enough work for everybody. So we should not be in competition with each other. We should celebrate each other and mourn with each other. Like, you know, we just recently received the news and celebrated, or however you chose to celebrate, Juneteenth becoming a national holiday.
Right.
That I know that's not exactly what we've been asking for as a people, but it's a start. It's a little start, and it should have motivated or sparked something within us to say, okay, let's really band together and show the world who we are. And yes, I'm being unapologetically black right now, y'all. Like, and I want to say this: just because I'm pro me doesn't mean I'm anti anybody or everything else. But I
Right.
have to be about me first
Yeah.
because no one else is going to be.
I can't think of who said it, but a wise quote says, "How can you help the poor people if you one of them?
Yeah.
You can't. So you don't have a choice but to focus on you right now until you reach an Oprah level to where you can actually give back, or either a Tyler Perry level to where you can give back. And if you can't do that right now, you got to focus on you till you can get to that point. You're already giving enough as it is. You're doing work at the radio station. You're trying to deal with people. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, to Miss QB. I understand she just made Delta Sigma Theta. Congratulations. Congratulations on that. I'm so proud of you with that. Um, but the whole thing is you give of yourself enough as it is. Give back to yourself. A lot of people don't do that. You lose yourself in the struggle, you lose yourself in the marriage. Give to yourself. Don't sit up there and beat yourself up. I am the champion of that. I mastered that way before anybody else. Yeah, I beat myself up on a whole lot of things. Shouldn't have, but I did.
Yeah.
But I was able to bounce back and actually learn from that and then try to make sure that my kids don't repeat the same mistakes that I made. So, it's a simple goal. I'm just trying to reach it. And like I said, I'm really starting to step out there now, and things are going to be happening soon.
Okay. So do you see yourself ever becoming a mentor? Looking back over your life, how you made it, the people that made an impact in your life, where you are now, and then where you're still striving to go. I don't think there's ever going to be a time that we actually made it. Well, hopefully we don't have that mindset that I have now arrived. We should always be striving to arrive to different or higher levels. We should never just be comfortable, complacent, and satisfied right in a moment.
Yeah, I agree
Yes,
with that.
work in that moment. Be work. Okay, be
Hmm.
still if you need to be still for a minute in that moment,
Of
but
course.
don't let that be your final destination. If there's more for you to do.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, you just have to take it in steps. You follow the ladder. This happens, then this happens, then this happens. You just have to make the right steps and make sure you just keep going towards it. Just don't stop going towards it. You have to be conscious. The three things I told my son this morning. The three things you have to be conscious of. You have to have the conscious thought itself, the idea, the conscious thought itself. The second thing that you have to have is a follow up plan or a game plan. The thought, then you follow up on it. The last thing is complete the project. We have so many people that have started on so many different things, so many great ideas. Complete the project.
Get out my
Once you complete the
business.
project, then you'll have something to actually build on and say, oh, okay, I did that. Now I can do this again and then I can build on that. It's complete the project.
Get out of my business. Like, did nobody actually know?
I'm
I
just
can't
saying.
I can't tell you how many books or blogs or things I've written and started and stopped, and I don't know how many Word documents of this, that, and
Right,
whatever. And so
right,
I'm taking some time this year to rebalance, refocus, recenter myself, and
right.
prioritize.
Of course.
Um, and that's one thing. Going back to the original question, do you see yourself ever becoming a mentor? And then, are those some things you would instill into your mentees?
Sure. Yeah, I could do some mentoring for people who would want to actually deal in the creative world of music and voiceovers and stuff like that. Because in the whole movie industry, there's so many jobs that people just don't even take for granted. Like in the sound effects department, you have a set of people who are paid at least $150,000 per film to sit up and just literally make the extra background noises needed in movie scenes before the music is even put to it. So they'll be sitting up there, they'll take a thing of celery and break it to make it seem like bones are breaking or something like that.
Wow.
And it's called ADSR as far as whenever you're dealing with the sound components and everything that actually goes into a movie. So there's so many jobs that you could just do and have so much fun doing that you don't even realize is out there. So more exposure has to be brought to the kids first. I need to get a few more accomplishments underneath my belt before I can really say I'm ready to actually mentor somebody as far as that's concerned. I want to make sure that I have the skill set and the environment to be able to show them, look, A, B, C, done.
Okay.
That's how I want to proceed with it. I want to, just like that. So if you do this, you'll get this. And then if you do this, you'll get this. And then you can make whatever else you want to make after that. Teach them how to fish.
Alrighty. When you mentioned about the stuff that goes on behind the scenes in the movies, I saw a clip floating on Instagram, I think, and
Mm-hmm.
it was a little scene from The Matrix, and it's one of those famous scenes when Neo and one of his partners
Uh-huh.
is leaning back, like they're dodging the bullets,
Okay.
and it's
Mm-hmm.
it's all green, and there's two people in green suits,
Uh-huh.
and they're on like a what do you call it? What do you push the oh, shoot.
No, you're talking about the dollies and the segways and all of that stuff.
Dollies?
The dollies.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
it was two people holding them up on wooden dollies and actually leaning and turning them. It's like
Right.
you have no clue
Yeah.
what goes on. And these people, no telling how much they were paid just to do that. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. 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 I mean, the budgets that some of these movies have is incredible. And now that you have groups like Disney and everybody like that actually getting into the television game through to streaming like Disney Plus, Netflix, all of that stuff. There's so much independent film work that's out there right now. And I mean, they're shooting movies all over the world, not just here. This is worldwide. So you have movies coming in from Tibet. You have movies coming in from Africa. You got movies coming in from everywhere. TV shows. There's so much work out there in this particular industry, and to be able to have fun in it, it's unreal. So yeah, what you were talking about was the rooftop scene with Keanu Reeves spinning around dodging the bullets. Yeah, that's a heavy green screen, a big green screen, and then they can take the effects and do whatever they wanted to do in the green screen, but they have to get the shot. And that's one reason, one of the things you can do in the movie thing. The other thing that I do and that I've been studying is voiceover. Now, in the world of voiceover, believe it or not, that deals with Japanese anime or
oh,
either
wow.
any other animated cartoon that you come up with. You need people to actually do the voice. I mean, come on, James Earl Jones was Mufasa. Come on, he did the voice of Mufasa. What how more historical can you get than that? I mean, it's ridiculous. So you
Wow.
can do that. There's several different things that you can do. Once I think well, whenever you drop your next book and whenever you get to Oprah status, they're gonna ask you to be on Lion King 5.2. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Look,
You'll be something like that.
I'll take that. But I want to also talk about, we've talked about there are websites or programs, um,
Hmm.
platforms you can upload your content and get paid for it, get some residuals off of that. If
Hmm.
someone so chooses to use your content, um, they've escaped my mind at the moment. So help me out with those.
Are you talking about the actual registering of your creative product period as far
Yes,
as like ASCAP, BMI?
yes, yes. Talk
Okay,
about that a little bit.
okay. Basically, ladies and gentlemen, this is how you get paid. You have many distribution companies, DistroKid, this, that, and the other, for you to get your music out there. Hell, you can use YouTube if your stuff is hot enough. YouTube, and you get viral with it, your stuff can just blow up right there from YouTube, and then you can branch out to any person that you want to deal with. But if you just a straight artist or something like that, you need to make sure that your creative content is registered with either the companies that allow you to get paid. ASCAP is one of them, and then you have BMI. They make sure that you buy you get your own permanent little barcode
Okay.
each and every time that you sell something online or in a store, anything like that. Boom, it counts as a sale. That goes to you. That makes sure that you get paid, and then radio stations use it. Anybody else uses it, they have to pay you residuals on it. They
Wow.
have to pay you the right to use that track. It just makes sure it covers you behind, and it makes
Okay.
sure that you get paid for all of your content work. I don't care if it's a podcast. I don't care what it is. It could be a commercial. If you put that creative content underneath your ASCAP, underneath your registry, that's your creative content, and they have to ask you permission to use it, and they
Okay.
got to pay you for it. It's as
And
simple as that. It just makes sure that you get paid. Whenever they play your song on the radio, you get paid.
that's
Somebody buys a
awesome.
record, you get paid. Simple as that. If you
And
want to
so
get your money, register.
now we're seeing all of this stuff with TikTok.
Right.
There's one person I follow in particular.
Hmm.
His name is Cheerlebrity. He's a cheerleader, and then he also coaches cheerleading.
I heard
And so I
about it.
probably just totally screwed up his name, but Cheerlebrity. I think that's how it's pronounced.
Okay.
Anywho, so he did, a little. He created a post, a
Right.
video, and so within a matter of weeks, people have been using one of his songs, one of his
Hmm.
cheers, whatever you want to call it,
Hmm.
in their TikTok
Hmm.
videos. Now there's a full song using a portion of his audio. So I'm like,
Yeah.
anything is possible nowadays.
Right. 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 And I mean, that's just it. Look at something as small and as that. He went viral with a saying, and then someone took that saying and made it into a song. All you have to do is just come up with something that people can gravitate towards, and then you won't have a problem in the world. I can guarantee it. So just push yourself. Whatever creative idea comes to mind, record it, write it down. Whatever the content is, write it down. You never know how it can be used. It's not about coming up with the whole song. You don't have to try to be like Quincy Jones or other famous composers or anything like that. I mean, I've seen viral grandma go up there and her son just show her how to just do a little beat on the thing, and then grandma just like, I want it. Yeah. I mean, come on now. Who don't love grandma? Grandma
Okay.
dropping a dope track. Come on, you know.
Okay. Okay. So anything is
It's allowing you to be totally creative. You can do whatever you want to do. It's unlimited now. And then the good old internet, you can't be stopped.
okay. And so and then it goes back to what you said. Make sure you register your content. So when people
Hmm.
start want to use your stuff, you get
Hmm.
your money back from it.
Exactly. There's two sections in ASCAP. You can be a writer or a publisher.
Oh,
The writer is the person who actually creates the content, who wrote the song, who did this, that, and the other. The publisher is the person who actually put the song together, who made the song, who's actually putting the song out there. So you can be a publisher or a writer. Publishing makes sure that you own the track. You know, the song is the person who actually wrote the lyrics for it. putting it together with that. So you have to make sure if you can register as both, register as both. Last time I checked, to register with ASCAP, it was $50 for each one. For
Okay.
artist, for a writer, 50. For publisher, 50. You pay the 100, you got them both.
Okay.
And then once you label yourself as a professional musician or a studio worker or something like that, once you start making a certain amount of money, ASCAP actually has insurance benefits. They
Oh
have
wow.
some of everything. So yeah, you can really get involved with that and have some good stuff going.
That is awesome. Absolutely awesome. So, again, we are sounding off with Mr. Armand Henry, and he shared a lot of valuable information with y'all. And so, please take advantage of all that is possible out there. Now, if you want to reach out to Mr. Armand, let me go ahead and pop his information up there on the screen. Mr. Radio 100. Is it supposed to be a
Hmm.
dot or anything in between, or just straight Mr. Radio?
There's a dot after the Mister, but that's cool. So Mr. Radio at gmail.com.
Let me fix that. We can't have people emailing the
Oh no, no,
wrong,
no, no, no. No, no, no.
the wrong thing.
That's all right. It's still gonna get out there.
Okay, Mr. Radio 100 at gmail.com. Reach out
Yes,
to
ma'am.
Mr. Armand for all your questions, comments. Look, let him guide you in the right direction so you can get paid and maybe give you some guidance on creating quality content that people are actually looking for. Because there's a lot of
Right.
content out there that not a lot of
Hmm.
people are looking for. So don't waste your
Well,
time creating something that's not going to ever be used.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you never know. They might find a use for it later on down the line. It could be used in a TV show in some shape, form, or fashion. Everything can be used. You just have to figure out how. So
Okay.
it's not a problem with that. It's the thing of being the creative person inside of yourself and finding the content and taking it. Pine Bluff is famous for taking lemons and making lemonade out of it because of the struggles that we had to go through as far as funding, financing, trying to get the radio station started. I didn't really even get a chance to experience the radio station because they actually finished it when I graduated.
Okay.
So that was it for me. Um, just get out there and do what's necessary, man. Don't hold back. Anything else I can tell them, I don't know. I mean, things that you haven't already said on your podcast yourself, which is very good, by the way. And I mean, I'm
Thank
so glad
you.
to see something positive out there. That really makes me feel good. So I've been spreading the word about the QB podcast. So you might get somebody from Tibet, or you might get someone from another country that actually wants to listen to your programming. It's a very good chance. It's a very good chance. Yes.
Look, I am here. I'm ready. I'm waiting. Um, yeah, send them my way. Anyone who wants to do an interview with me, send them my way. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I
well,
said, now, and Q, I want to apologize to you because I was supposed to get my podcast kicked off a while back because I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna follow QB and I'm gonna get my podcast. Oh well, hold on, I got something else I got to do. Then I wanted to. I was supposed to be out there with QB and everything, on the podcast circuit, but had a few things I had to handle. So the podcast is coming.
alrighty then. Well, we're gonna stay tuned, and you're gonna let me know so I can help spread the word about what you got going on.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. A whole bunch of skits and a whole bunch of selling. It's just many things happening. That's all. You'll see. See, I'm old school with it, so see, I'm not gonna go the video route because I'm not as tantalizing and as beautiful as you are. See, I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy, so my face don't need to be seen. I just want
Oh
to be right
goodness
there.
gracious!
I just
Don't
want
do
to be
that.
back there. Hi, how are you? Great to meet you. Yeah, have fun. Come on through.
Look, your voice alone can grab anybody. They probably wouldn't care what you look like. So
Maybe,
your
maybe
voice.
not. Yeah, yeah, it's all right. It's all right. But shoot, wonderful, wonderful. Were there any other questions, comments? Because the
None.
amazing, I was trying to remember. There was something I wanted to mention about school, and um, it was something that I was trying to see. You graduated
Ooh, 95.
two, 95. Okay, you graduated 5 years after me. That's what it was. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. Hometown love, baby. Marianne, Arkansas, what's happening? Y'all
Yeah.
gonna do the thing. Helena, what's happening? Far City, what it do?
Alrighty.
What's cracking?
So we are proof positive that something great can come out of the Delta.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of great things coming. There's been a lot of good people and a lot of good history coming out of Lee County. Believe it or not, even though it's named after good old General Lee.
Yeah.
But a lot of good things have come out of Lee County. So I mean, I can't complain. It was a good upbringing for me. I hate that I didn't get the opportunity to actually meet you while I was there, but that's cool. One time, one love. It don't even matter.
Here we are now.
That's doing the thing too. And now I got to go with some merch. Now I got to what's this merch you got around your neck right there? You selling that? How much you selling that for? I know you got some. What you got for me? You got some merch?
Unfortunately, this is not mine, but there will be stuff coming out before the end of the year. I gotta stick with the bee theme, so there'll be some stuff coming out soon. So yeah. You'll be the first to know.
Y'all got to watch Q. See, now when she get out there, she gonna start selling y'all all this stuff. She got the earrings. She gonna have the hair, not the hair, but she gonna have the hair.
Hello. I don't do. No, this is my.
No. You ain't got to do it. You just got to sell it. Sell the hair. That khaki baby. That yak. That yak. Sell the hair, baby. Sell the hair too. Get on out there and sell everything. I see you selling the earrings, and I like that also. Sell the hair, sell the nails, sell all that there. You can get that. Go on and do that.
Like you said, I'm trying to reach Oprah status, so I gotta have multiple strings of some income coming from somewhere.
That's it. Multiple streams of income. Remember that. Multiple streams of income, not just one.
Multiple.
At least 5.
Wow.
At least 5 to survive.
Okay. So look, all of you content creators out there that's listening, watching, pass this message on. Go find those websites. Tell them again. BMI and
ASCAP.
ASCAP. Please go find them, get registered, pay the fee. You never know what could happen.
I also do plumbing, sheetrock, computer repair. I do. I can install the sound in your ride for you. Home security. You got a problem with your dish network, DirecTV? I can do that too. Got a problem with the cable system? Let's get that fixed. Yeah, multiple. Yeah, whatever you need, I can fix it.
You are a mess. You are absolute mess.
I ain't turning down no money, no way. You understand?
Mr. Armond, I truly enjoyed this interview and talking to you. I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
Not a problem at all. Thank you very much. And like I said, just remember, be intentional.
Right.
That's what she said. Be intentional, y'all.
So I want to thank everyone else out there for watching and listening. And as he said that I said, don't forget to be intentional with your words, your thoughts, and your actions. And Pink Sugar kisses, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the Q Spot Podcast video series. Don't forget to join the Q crew so you don't miss a beat. Follow, like, and share on all of my social media platforms, as well as the major podcast platforms. Lastly, be intentional with your words, your thoughts, and your actions.